The Tea Party made a lot of noise ahead of the 2010 midterm elections, and they were the difference in handing the House to the Republicans. But we haven't heard a lot from the Tea Party in this election cycle. So where is the Tea Party? Joining me, Phil Dennis, founder of the Dallas Tea Party. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Governor.
Great to have you, Phil. It seems like the Tea Party has been a little quieter than it was in 2010 when all those town hall meetings erupted with people who were letting their congressmen know they didn't like Obamacare and they didn't like the deficit and the debt. Has the Tea Party diminished, gone quiet, gone underground, or disappeared?
What we've been doing is working, as we have gone from being enraged in 2009 when the Tea Party started to being actively engaged. And we have taken basically political novices, most people in the Tea Party, most of our members across the country, and now which number around 41 million that support the Tea Party principles, are people that work. They take care of their kids. They go to their football games like we just saw with the congressman in Idaho. We're not people that have spent a great deal of our time on politics because we haven't had time in the past. That's all changed now. So we've turned those political novices into now fully engaged, fully functioning political activists in the field.
It's pretty typical that in any spontaneous movement, which the Tea Party clearly was, there comes a point at which they begin to assimilate into the institutions that they first railed against, and then they seek to change, and then they become part of the change. Is that part of what we're seeing in the Tea Party? They're getting into the county committees and becoming members of Congress and therefore becoming part of the institution.
Well, certainly we are trying to change the institution. That's been our purpose since the very beginning, is to put people into office and leaders that would represent some type of fiscal responsibility. What has happened with our country from a fiscal standpoint has been insane. So we are putting people into office. The Tea Party is nonpartisan. We don't endorse candidates, and we don't really cater to either party. But as for, you can ask a lot of like Arlen Specter or Charlie Crist or Bob Bennett or David Dewhurst in Texas or even Senator Lugar in Indiana, has the Tea Party gone away? And I think they'll tell you no, because it was a Tea Party that was basically the reason that they all lost their races.
There were, I think early on, were a lot of concerns. Tea Party people weren't all that warm to Mitt Romney. Has that changed?
Yeah, I think so. In a lot of ways, we're seeing more and more of the governor at this point. Is that I think what's happened is that we realize that we fought hard for the candidates that we supported in the primary. That's what we're supposed to do. And then we all coalesce and come together for our candidate, or the candidate that represents the most fiscal sanity in the general election. So I think we're seeing more and more people realize that Romney is light years ahead of Barack Obama, even with whatever faults some of us may think he has.
Are we going to see a Tea Party movement still around in 4, 5, 6 years?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not so sure that the Tea Party name will be there, but the people that are now active, and we're seeing more and more people come into the Tea Party movement. They're losing their jobs. Their friends are losing their jobs. People that have not paid attention to politics in the past. I was with a few guys the other night, and they knew the ERA and batting average of every Texas Ranger. And I asked,
that's pretty doggone important.
Well,
Phil.
It is. But I asked them, I'm sorry, could any of you guys name your congressman? And they couldn't. And the guy said to me, well, I don't care about politics. And I said, well, politics cares about you, because we're just about to get hit with the biggest tax increase in American history in January. Unless something is done, it's not going to be done. So what we're trying to do is get people to turn off the Dancing with the Stars and so forth. Pay attention to what's going on with your local leaders, your state leaders, and your federal leaders.
You mean no more Honey Boo Boo? That's just Phil, great to have you here.
Thank you, Governor.